Welcome to another 5-minute tech tip with Dave Casuto at SF Tech Training. In this video, we are going to cover how to create macros. So macros are basically just you recording something that you might want to run again in the future. So it could be as simple as formatting. You love a format, you want to use that over and over again. Could even just basic text you're bringing in over and over again. So Excel just basically records that so you can then play it, if you will, back so you don't have to continue doing it manually. In this example, I want Excel to format all of these empty cells. So whenever there's going to be an empty cell, I want to be able to show it in red. But I'm going to use conditional formatting for that. I have a previous video on that. You can check out my other titles on that. But I'm going to show you this very quickly how to do it. This is going to be a lesson on conditional formatting. You can just see it from this, but also watch the other video. So first thing you want to know about macros is where do we even access how to record a macro? One very simple way to do it is under the View tab over here. And you'll see on the far right is macros. So I can start creating a macro right from here. I can even view some of my macros and everything. I like to actually work with the Developer tab. So many of you may not have that up there. So if you right click on any one of your tabs up there, you go to Customize Ribbon, and you just click on this Developer tab, it will then appear. Okay, so I click on Developer, and I'm going to see here I have this option to record a macro right from here. I have the option to see all my macros. And I also have this one here. I just want to point this out to you. It's called Use Relative References. So when you're doing a macro and you're recording something, if you want it to always be in literally the same exact place every single time that you're going to be running it and recording it, then you do not want this checked. But if it's going to be relative to where you're actually applying this, like instead of row 2, it might be on row 5 next time, then you'd want to choose this. All right, okay, so for this example, it's not going to be relevant, but I just want to point that out. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Record Macro to get myself started here. And I'm just going to say blank cells and then conditional formatting. And I'm just going to say Control-Shift-B for blank cells. And then where do I want to store this? I want to store this in my personal macro workbook, meaning that it's going to be available for all my other documents, not just this document. All right, I can put a description if I want to. I'm going to click OK. And you will see in the lower right, I now have this little gray box telling me that it is now recording, and I can stop it if I want to anytime. So let me go ahead and just start doing what I want to do, and Excel is going to record that. So let me go ahead and highlight everything, and I'm going to go back to Home, do my conditional formatting, new rule, format only cells that contain blank cells. What do I want to do? I want to make them all red. Click OK. Fantastic. That's done. I'm going to go ahead and just click away right here, and I'm going to stop the recording. And if I come back to Developer, you will see that macros, there it is, and it lives. And then you can see there is run. Fantastic. Now, if I want to apply this, let me go ahead and just come over to here, highlight all my content. I'm going to say macros, run, and just like that, it's done that. Okay? Notice I could have used the keyboard shortcut to do the same thing. All right, so it's pretty slick. The conditional formatting is still built into this because guess what? I get rid of that, it turns red. So there's conditional formatting in there. It was very quick and very easy to apply that. Okay, so the next thing you might want to do is, and I'm going to go ahead and just remove all that conditional formatting. I'm going to go back to Home, conditional formatting. I'm going to say Manage Rules, and I'm going to say for this workbook, I do not want to have this rule any longer. All right, so now we're kind of like back to where we were. Let's do the same thing for this one. I'm going to choose a button, or excuse me, I'm going to create a button to be able to do that. So this is pretty slick because sometimes you don't want to have to do all these steps. Even the shortcut keys can be a little laborious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out a very simple shape to record my macro. Okay, so I'm just going to say blank cells. All right, and of course you can resize this however you want to. And very simply, I'm going to right click on this, and Excel knows what you're trying to do here because it's got this great option that says assign macro. Which macro do I want? The only one that I got. Fantastic. Click OK. And now click on it, and look at that. How awesome is that? Magic. I now have this button that allows me to do that. Now I may want to have another button on here that removes this as well. So that could be a good little homework assignment for you. So pretty slick, and I'll just show you one last thing you can do with macros too with my quick access toolbar. I'm going to click on this right here, say more commands, and then guess what? Under choose commands from, I'm going to say macros, and then there's my blank cells, click add, click OK, and then there that is. So if I'm over to here and I have this, bam, look at that. How cool is that? All right, so that's macros in a very short and sweet period of time. Hopefully you learned something. Let me know if you have any requests for any future videos or titles on many topics. You can find me through my YouTube channel and through LinkedIn, and also from my website, sftechtraining.com. And feel free to contact us anytime. All right, see you in the next video.